Hey, Tony, how was Willie Adames, and did he aggravate the back on
He's
that
on,
throw to second?
yeah, he's on the table right now. Stemming from the issue from the past, but I think also stemming from he had mentioned that he's feeling a little run down. I would say dating about a week ago, we had some stuff kind of go through the locker room, coaches and players, more congestion stuff, sick wise. So he said a little bit of his feeling a combo of rundown, and this is all quick relay from medical post game. The only conversations with him in the game are really just about coming out. He had to fight him tooth and nail to come out of the game. But the biggest thing, you could argue what you got to do in the middle of the game. Anyone saw him moving around obviously knew he wasn't moving around after that play full speed. But the biggest thing was just not to prevent anything from getting any worse than it is. I think his frustration is, there's kind of been symptoms there lingering for just to be honest, I don't know how long of the year. So again, you got kind of some internal stuff, whatever fancy word they used in there. So there's it's not a fracture or anything like that. And then you got his willingness and want to play. So, but the bottom line is we're at a pretty distinct point here where he needs to get back to getting some treatment on that thing.
Hey,
Hope that's somewhat of an answer.
Tony, it's pretty clear just watching the game how much treatment he's getting, and he has the wrap on his back all games. At some point, do you have to take the decision out of his hands? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we had to do it today, and I think we definitely have to do it on Friday, and then we'll go forward from there.
Because this has been bothering him so long, and he comes out of the game today, do you think this is something that, it's finally going to warrant an IL stint for him to just really get it under control?
I don't think so. And again, I kind of lean on the medical staff here. Quick convos, lengthy text message. So the initial answer is I don't think so, but kind of open to, again, where we're at, what we're trying to do, whatever's best for his future in general would definitely be best, but it's kind of in the hands of a few check marks before it gets to the coaching staff as far as the lineup stuff goes.
With Hauser today, obviously it was his first actual start in 2 months. What did you think of the job he did, and could it earn him an actual sort of rotation spot rather?
Yeah, he was phenomenal. I mean, before the game, we kind of stated that, this is what we wanted to do today. There's no reason to close a door saying we wouldn't do something different, given certain circumstances, regardless of how today went. Yeah, I think I think it was beneficial for him to have a change of scenery and do some things. He helped us win some games, or at least get through some games in addition to winning some games. But I think he certainly, if we're just going to isolate today's game, he absolutely established himself and took ownership of the game. The thing that stuck out most to me was the fastballs down and into lefties and the fastballs up and out to lefties. And goes without saying, with a starter, that's what you have to do, is be able to navigate through a lineup multiple times, and you've also got to be pretty balanced as it relates to right and left, and that stuck out amongst other positives of how he was able to do that.
With the offense, what stands out more, being 1 for 7, 9 left on base, or only having one base runner from innings 5 through 9?
Yeah, I mean, we came out of the chute with some really, really good at-bats. The third inning kind of turned on us a little bit. I thought that was a big swing moment in the game. They had a plan, and I don't mean to speak for them, but I don't, you map that out and it looks great on paper, but if the guys have to get outs, and our guys at-bats were really good, that we were probably speeding up their plan a little bit, and it was on course to be derailed. If Jung Hoo's ball's fair, I think it's kind of derailed, is what I said to myself at least. And then in the third inning, I think everything got back on track with about a 6-pitch inning and just 3 at-bats that we kind of gave away. So I think the innings where we weren't productive, whether it's the third guy up, there's no magic formula. You got to dig in and find a way at least to get something productive done in the inning, even if it's the way you make an out. But with the guys on base, a lot of times it was, with 2 outs or with the at-bats were really good getting up to that point. And then even a couple of those at-bats with guys on base, Jungi's ball to left center were driven well. We just didn't have anything to show for it. But, I guess I'm always leaning towards find a way to get on base. So it sucks to leave as many guys on as we did and to have as big of a gap as we did between us and them in that category. But I'm all for good at bats, and we just didn't have some in a few isolated innings.